walk forward slowly. The street beneath your feet is uneven, not because it was poorly built, but because it is old, very old. Stone blocks laid centuries ago shift slightly under your weight. Some are cracked, some are missing, and yet they are still here. Ahead of you, a massive stone gate rises into the sky. It doesn't look medieval. It looks older, heavier, more precise. This is the Porta Nigra, and it has already been standing here for over 700 years. Today, Trier is a quiet city in Western Germany, but around the year 1000, it feels like something else entirely. Not fully Roman, not fully medieval, but something in between. The year is around 1000 AD. The Western Roman Empire has been gone for centuries, but in Trier, it hasn't completely disappeared. The city is under the authority of the Archbishop of Trier, a powerful figure, not just religious, but political. In fact, Trier is one of the most important ecclesiastical centers in the region, and its bishop will eventually become one of the prince-electors of the Holy Roman Empire. But what makes this city different is not just who controls it, it's what surrounds you. Everywhere you look, Rome is still here, not as memory, but as structure. To your left, a massive basilica, thick walls, high ceilings. Once used by Roman officials, now it serves a different purpose, sometimes administrative, sometimes religious. Further ahead, you catch a glimpse of enormous stone baths, the Imperial Baths, too large for the current population, too complex to maintain. Parts of them have been abandoned, others repurposed. Storage, shelter, even fortification. This is what life in Trier feels like in the Middle Ages. You are not building a city. You are living inside one that already existed. But that doesn't mean life is easy. The population is much smaller than it was during Roman times, where tens of thousands once lived. Now, far fewer remain. Entire sections of the city are empty. Ruins, collapsed roofs, overgrown courtyards. At night, these places are dark, silent, avoided. And yet, other parts of the city are alive. Markets form near the center. Vendors sell bread, wine, and simple goods. Trade still flows along the Moselle River, not at the scale of Rome, but enough to sustain life. You pass a group of workers. They are not building something new. They are taking something apart. A Roman wall, carefully dismantled, stone by stone. Because in Trier, the past is not just admired, it is used. Roman bricks become medieval houses. Columns are cut down. Marble is reused. Nothing is wasted. This is one of the defining realities of early medieval cities. They are built from the remains of something greater, and nowhere is that more visible than here. You turn into a narrow street, much smaller than the wide Roman roads. These are newer, built for a different kind of city, a denser one, more defensive. Houses lean inward. Upper floors extend over the street. Wood replaces stone. Construction is faster, less precise, and sanitation is almost non-existent. There are no Roman sewer systems still functioning properly. No flowing water infrastructure like before. Waste is thrown into the streets or into nearby pits. The smell is constant. This is one of the clearest differences between Roman Trier and medieval Trier. The Romans engineered systems, water, heating, drainage. By the year 1000, most of that knowledge is gone, or too expensive to maintain. So life adapts. You rely on wells, on simple tools, en local. solution. And yet, despite all of this, Trier is still important because of the church. The archbishop's presence brings stability, authority, connection to a larger political world. Pilgrims come here. Clergy are trained here. Decisions are made here. The city is no longer an imperial capital, but it is still powerful. In a different way, you walk past a church, built partly from Roman stone. This blending of old and new is everywhere. Even the Porta Nigra, that massive Roman gate, has been transformed. By the Middle Ages, it is no longer just a gate. It has been turned into a church. Named after a Greek monk, Simeon, the structure remains Roman, but its function is completely different. This is how Trier survives. Not by preserving Rome exactly as it was, but by reshaping it, adapting it, using what remains. And over time, the city begins to change again. Population slowly grows. Trade increases. Political structures become more stable. By the High Middle Ages, Trier is no longer a city of ruins. It is a functioning medieval center, still marked by its Roman past, but no longer defined by its collapse. And today, when you visit Trier, you can still see all of it. The Porta Nigra still stands. Massive, dark, unmistakable. The basilica still exists. The baths, the layout of the streets. But now, they are surrounded by a modern city. Clean, organized, alive in a completely different way. And yet, if you look closely, you can still feel it. That strange moment in history when people were not building something new, they were learning how to live among giants.